Yutta Jiva Vibhavari Shesha Aloka Provesha Nidra Chadi Yutta Jiva Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hayagriva 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 Narasimha Vamana Shri Madhusudana Rajendra Nandana Shyama 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 Bhutana Gatana Kaita Bashatana Jaya Dasarati Rama 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 Yashoda Dulala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purantara Yashoda Dulala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Yashoda Dulala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purantara Yashoda Dulala Govinda Gopala Vrindavana Purantara Gopi Priya Janna Radhika Ramana Bhuvana Sundara Pora Gopi Priya Janna Radhika Ramana Bhuvana Sundara Pora Gopi Priya Janna Radhika Ramana Bhuvana Sundara Pora Ravana Thakura Makana Taskara Gopi Jana Vastrahari 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 Jajera Rakala Gopa Vrindapalo Chitta Hari Vamsidhari Rajera Rakala Gopa Vrindapalo Chitta Hari Vamsidhari Yogendra Bandhana Srinandanandana Rajajana Payahari 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 Navinane Radha Rupa Manohara Mohana Bhamsi Bihari 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 Yashoda Nandana Kamsa Nishudana Nikunjara Savilasi 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 Adambakhanana Rasa Parayana Vrindavipina Nivasi 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 Ananda Vardhana Prema Niketana Kulasharayo Jakakana Ananda Vardhana Prema Niketana Kulasharayo Jakakana Ananda Vardhana Prema Niketana Lasharayo Jakakana Ananda Vardhana Prema Niketana Lasharayo Jakakana Gopangana Gana Chitta Vinodana Samasta Guna Gana Kama 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 Yamuna Jivana Kili Parayana Manasa Chandra Chakora Yamuna Jivana Parayana Anasachanda Chakora Yamuna Jivana Kili Parayana Manasa Chandra Chakora Yamuna Jivana Kili Parayana Manasa Chandra Chakora Namashudaras Ko Krishna Yash Rako Vachana Manamora Namashudaras Ko Krishna Yash Rako Vachana Manamora Namashudaras Ko Krishna Yash Rako Vachana Manamora Namashudaras Krishna Yasha Rako Vachana Manamora Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Thira Vanachari Yamuna Thira Vanachari Yamuna Thira Vanachari Yamuna Thira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Gaur Premanandi Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nastaprayeshu vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. We're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text number 11.
我哋繼續閱讀聖典博加談第一章第一篇第3章第11節。
Shastam Atre Apatyadvam Vrita Prapto Anasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Praladadibya Uchivan Shastam Atrer Apatyatvam Shastam Atrer Apatyatvam Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Anvikshikim Alakaya Pralad Adibya Uchivan Shastam Atrer Apatyatvam Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Praladadibya Uchivan Shastam Atrer Apatyatvam Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Praladadibya Uchivan
Shastam Atre Apatyatvam Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Praladadibya Uchivan
Shastam Atre Apatyatvam Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Anvikshikim Alakaya Praladadibya Uchivan
Shastam Atra Apayatvam Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Anvikshikim Alakaya Praladadibya Uchivan Shastam Atre Apatyatvam Vrita Prapto Nasuyaya Arishikim alakaya Praladadivya uchivam Praladadivya uchivam
Shastam. The sixth one.
The sixth one 第六位
Atre
Atre
of Atri.
of Atri Atri 的
Apatyatvam.
Apatyatvam
Sonship.
新血兒子
Vrita.
Rita
Being prayed for.
being prayed 被請求
Prapta.
Pata
Obtained.
得到
Anasuyaya.
Anasuyaya
By Anasuya.
by Anas 由 Anasuya
Anvikshitam.
Avikshitam
Anvikshikim.
Avikshikim
On the subject of transcendence.
on the subject of transcend 有關絕對真理的主題
Alarkaya.
Alakaya
Unto Alarka.
unto Alak 向 Alaka
Pralada Adibya.
Palada Adibla
Unto Pralad and others.
unto Pralas and other 向 Pralat 等
Uchivan.
Uchivan
Spoke.
說
Translation. The sixth incarnation of the Purusha was the son of the sage Atri. He was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Pralad, and others, Yadu, Haihaya, etc.
譯文至尊主 Purusa 的第六位化身是 Atri 之子，他生於 Anasura 的子宮，因 Anasura 曾祈禱有至尊主的化身當兒子，他給 Alaka、Pralat 和其他人 Yadu 係哈呀等講述超然嘅主題。
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord incarnated himself as Dattatreya, the son of Rishi Atri and Anasuya. The history of the birth of Dattatreya as an incarnation of the Lord is mentioned in the Brahmanda Purana in connection with the story of the devoted wife. It is said there that Anasuya, the wife of Rishi Atri, prayed before the Lords, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, as follows. My Lords, if you are pleased with me, and if you desire me to ask from you some sort of blessings, then I pray that you combine together to become my son. This was accepted by the Lords, and as Dattatreya, the Lord accepted this was accepted by the Lords, and as Dattatreya, the Lord expounded the philosophy of the spirit soul, and especially instructed Alarka, Pralada, Yadu, Haihai, etc.
要指至尊主本人化身為聖人 Rishi Atri 和他的妻子 Anasura 的兒子，至尊主化身為 Dattatreya 顯現嘅歷史，在 Brahmanda Purana 講述有關忠貞妻子嘅故事時提到過。那其中記載到聖人 Atreya 的妻子 Anasura 在主 Brahma、Vishnu 和 Shiva 面前祈禱說：我親愛的主人們，如果你們對我滿意，如果你們允許我向你們請求某種祝福，我就祈禱你們結合在一起成為我嘅兒子。Brahma、Vishnu 和 Shiva 都接受了這個請求，以他兒子Dattatreya 的身份顯現，詳細解釋有關性靈魂嘅哲學，並且特別教導了 Alaka、Pralat、Yadu 和Haihaya 等人。
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, so Sutta Goswami is describing some of the Lord's incarnations to the sages in Naimisharanya.
咁喺呢度咧，Sutta Goswami 咧係向呢個 Naimisharanya 嘅森林嘅聖人講述咧有關至尊主嘅化身。
So this is the sixth. Atri Muni and Anasuya did great austerities together in order to get the Lord as their child.
咁喺呢個咧係主嘅第6位化身啦。咁咧就係Atri Rishi 同埋佢太太 Anasuya 佢做咗好多苦行咧，就係要求至尊主咧成為佢嘅兒子。
It's described in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that how they performed their austerities. And the Lord appeared to them and they asked the Lord, "We want to have a son like you."
咁咧呢個係喺聖典目加談第4篇入邊咧就係描述過嘅，咁就係Atri 嘅聖人啦，同埋佢太太 Anasuya 咧就做咗苦行啦，跟住至尊主喺佢哋兩個面前顯現啦，就問佢你想得到咩祝福啊？跟住佢哋就話：我想得到好似你一樣嘅兒子。
So Srila Prabhupada points out that they could not be pure devotees.
咁聖帕比就提到啦，佢哋咧唔係純粹嘅奉獻者。
Because they simply asked to have a child like the Lord.
因為佢哋咧淨係請求咧係得到一個好似至尊主一樣嘅兒子。
They didn't ask the Lord personally to come as their son.
佢哋咧就並冇請求，即係充滿熱情咁請求咧至尊主佢自己本人咧係出現。
They simply said, "We want a child like you."
佢哋就係話咧，我想得到一個好似你咁樣嘅兒子。
So what happened was they got 3 children.
咁結果係點咧？佢有3個仔女。
And the 3 children appeared, and Anasuya and her husband were puzzled. They asked, "Which one of you is the Lord?"
跟住咧，佢哋兩個得到3個仔女啦，跟住佢就問啦：究竟你3個邊一個係至尊主啊？
And they said, "We're all the Lord."
跟住佢哋3個就話啦：我哋3個都係至尊主。
One was an incarnation or the expansion from Brahma. One was the expansion from Shiva, and one was the expansion from Vishnu.
咁佢3個兒子咧，其中一個咧就係主 Brahma 嘅擴展啦，第二個咧就係主 Vishnu 嘅擴展啦，而第三個咧就係主 Shiva 嘅擴展。
So here it's put a little differently from how it's presented in the Srimad Bhagavatam.
咁喺呢度咧就係同聖典普加堂入面所講咧有少少唔一樣。
Here it said that Anasuya prayed that they combine together to become her son.
咁咧就 Anasuya 咧就祈禱咧，就希望佢3個能夠咧結合埋一齊咧，成為一個人。
Anyway, in the 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, it describes how one child was from Vishnu, that's Dattatreya.
咁咧就喺聖典普加堂第4篇入邊咧，就係呢個就係咁樣描述啦。咁佢哋 Anasuya 嘅其中一個兒子咧，佢就係叫Dattatreya 啦，就係主 Vishnu 嘅化身。
And Durvasa came from Shiva.
Durvasa 咧就係由主 Shiva 嗰度擴展出嚟嘅。
And I think the one who came from Brahma was Soma.
Soma 咁 Soma 咧就係由主 Brahma 嗰度咧擴展出嚟。
Yeah. So here we're speaking about Dattatreya.
咁我哋喺呢個詩詞咧就係講咧就係 Dattatreya。
It's mentioned that he was from Vishnu, so he was more purer, more powerful, and he spoke this philosophy.
我哋今日嘅詩節就係講 Dattatreya 啦，佢哋就係主 Vishnu 嗰個擴展出嚟啦，所以係更加純粹嘅，亦都係講述咧呢一個靈魂嘅哲學。
And it's mentioned how he instructed even great souls like Prahlad.
咁呢度亦都提到咧，佢甚至咧係教導啲好偉大嘅靈魂啦，譬如包括咧係 Prahlad Maharaj。
And then Yadu Maharaj is also mentioned.
咁亦都提到係 Yadu Maharaj。
Others, Alarka, Hai, not so well known.
咁另外兩位就 Alaka 啦，同埋 Hai 就唔係咁成日聽到佢哋嘅名嘅。
Anyway, Dattatreya spoke the philosophy of the spirit soul.
咁咧 Dattatreya 咧就係詳細咁樣描述咧，就係有關靈魂嘅知識。
So that is certainly transcendental knowledge.
咁呢個咧肯定係超然嘅知識。
And the Lord empowers Dattatreya is an incarnation of the Lord.
咁 Dattatreya 咧就係至尊主嘅化身。
Here it's mentioned, he said, the incarnation of the Lord, but in the 4th canto it mentions that these personalities they're not the Lord, but they were given the qualities of the Lord.
咁呢度講咧就係Dattatreya 就係至尊主嘅化身啦。咁喺聖典博家談嘅第4篇入邊就講到咧，佢哋並唔係至尊主，但佢哋咧係被賜予咧某啲特別嘅能量。
And it's mentioned that this child comes because, here it says, because of the devoted wife, Anasuya.
咁而點解佢會出現呢？就係因為咧係就係 Anasuya 呢個奉獻者。
Anasuya means one who does not have any envy.
Anasuya 嘅意思就係即係話咧一個冇任何妒忌嘅人。
It's a very important quality for a woman.
呢個咧對一個女性嚟講係非常重要嘅一個品質。
And it's a very difficult quality for a woman to cultivate.
咁但係呢個咧對一個女性嚟講咧係好困難去擁有嘅品質嚟嘅。
Most not only women, but in the material world, we're all envious.
咁咧就唔單止係女性啦，喺呢個物質世界入邊咧，大部分嘅生物體咧，佢都係有妒忌嘅心。
So in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said he's speaking the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna because Arjuna is not envious.
咁喺聖典喺呢個博家梵歌入邊咧 ，Krishna 同Arjuna 講啦，Krishna 將呢個超然嘅知識咧係講述俾Arjuna聽，因為咧佢唔係一個有妒忌心嘅人。
And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the very beginning, the first 3 verses of the Bhagavatam are the invocation to the Bhagavatam.
咁而係聖典博家談第一篇嘅頭嗰3個詩節咧，就係對就係一個禱文嚟嘅。
And there it mentions also how this Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for those who are not envious.
而喺嗰度亦都提到咧，聖典博家談咧，佢嘅對象咧就係一啲冇妒忌心嘅人。
In the 2nd verse.
咁喺即係開首嘅第2節。
Right, the first 3 verses are the invocation.
咁頭嗰3節就係呢一個禱文啦。
And the 2nd verse speaks about Dharma Projita Kaitavo Traparamo Nirmatsaranam Satam. That this Srimad Bhagavatam is propounding the highest truth. It is rejecting all religions which are materially motivated.
咁呢個係第一篇第1章嘅第2節啦，就係講到咧呢部聖典博家談咧係剔除所有懷着物質動機從事嘅宗教活動，呈現只有心地純潔嘅奉獻者才能理解嘅最高真理。
Yes, Kaitava Dharma is cheating religion.
咁咧 Kaitava Dharma 咧就係一啲欺騙嘅宗教。
Cheating, that we're not being truthful.
咁咧即係話我哋咧係唔誠實。
Just like, if there's a relationship between the man and the woman.
就好似咧係男女之間嘅關係咁樣。
And the man has a lot of money.
咁咧個男仔咧就係賺好多錢嘅，
So the woman may say, I love you, I love you.
跟住個女人就同個男人講我好愛你啊，
But she's thinking, where's the money?
但係佢其實心入邊有諗緊究竟啲錢喺邊咧？
So that is cheating, right?
呢個咧係欺騙嚟嘅。
So if we go to God and we pray to God and we say, oh Bhagwan, I love you, I love you.
咁我哋咧就係企喺神像面前啦，就同主講啦，巴吉灣至尊主啊，我非常之愛你。
But where's the money?
但係咧你就跟住就問至尊主啊，啲錢喺邊啊？
So that kind of love, worshipping God in that way, that is called cheating religion.
咁如果我哋咁樣嚟到去崇拜至尊主咧，即係頭先咁樣啦，咁呢個咧其實係一個欺騙嘅行為。
So this Srimad Bhagavatam rejects that kind of religion.
咁所以聖經普加談咧係摒棄咧剔除呢一種嘅宗教活動。
And it presents the knowledge which is meant for those who have given up envy.
亦都呢個知識咧就係俾嗰啲咧係放棄咗妒忌嘅人。
Because envy is a quality based on the material body.
因為咧妒忌其實係一個咧建基於物質身體嘅一個嘅品質。
We envy someone if someone has more power than us.
咁我哋去妒忌一個人啦，因為佢比我哋擁有更加多嘅能力。
Or someone who has more success than we have.
或者咧嗰個人咧係比我哋更加成功。
Just like in Krishna Lila, the person who was most envious was Shishupala.
就好似咧喺 Krishna 嘅逍遙時光入邊咧，最妒忌 Krishna 嘅人咧就係 Shishupal。
Shishupala was very envious of Krishna.
Shishupal 咧係非常之妒忌 Krishna 嘅。
Shishupala was also a very powerful king.
咁 Shishupal 本身咧亦都係一個非常有力量嘅國王。
But Krishna was always a bit more powerful.
但係 Krishna 咧永遠都係比佢咧更加有力量。
So it happened that Shishupal was friendly with Rukmi.
咁咧當時咧 Shishupal 咧係非常同 Rukmi 咧係好有交情嘅。
Rukmi was one of the brothers. He was the eldest brother of Rukmini.
咁而 Rukmi 咧就係Rukmini 嘅兄長。
So the elder brother was taking responsibility to get his sister married.
咁呢個年長嘅兄長咧就係有責任咧，就係為佢嘅妹妹咧係揾一個夫婿結婚。
It's the culture that if the father's not able to do it, then the elder son will take up the duty to get his sister married.
咁呢個咧係偉大嘅文化傳統啦，就係當父親唔可以履行呢個職責嘅時候咧，兄長咧就有責任咧為佢嘅妹妹咧係安排呢一個嘅婚姻。
So Rukmi promised Shishupal, you can marry my sister.
咁咧，於是 Rukmi 咧就答應咗Shishupal 咧你可以娶我嘅妹妹。
And it was quite a good marriage, you know, that Shishupal was wealthy, he was a king, he had all opulences.
咁咧但係呢個安排其實幾好嘅，因為Shishupal 咧係一個好有力量啦、好有錢啦、好富裕嘅一個國王。
He was not, he was not a small person, he was not poor, he was not weak, he was powerful.
佢咧並唔係一個小人物嘅，佢好有錢啦，好有財富啦，亦都好有力量。
And Rukmi thought he will make a good match for my sister.
咁咧 Rukmi 就諗啦，佢同佢妹妹咧應該咧係一個非常理想嘅一對。
Only problem was they were demons.
但係唯一嘅問題咧就係佢哋係惡魔，
They were opposed to Krishna.
佢哋咧反對 Krishna。
And Rukmini, she had heard about Krishna.
咁而 Rukmini 咧已經咧係聆聽過關於 Krishna 嘅故事，
But she'd never met him.
但係咧佢Rukmini 從來都冇遇見過 Krishna，
She'd heard about him.
但係咧佢聆聽過關於 Krishna 嘅嘢。
Radha had come there sometimes.
咁 Radha 咧有陣時會揾佢。
And he would talk to her and tell her about this wonderful personality.
跟住咧，佢就會同 Rukmini 講咧呢個咁美妙關於呢個咁美妙人物嘅一啲嘅事蹟。
And she became completely attached to Krishna.
咁樣佢咧係完全咧係變得係依附於 Krishna。
And she wanted to marry Krishna.
佢咧就想同 Krishna 結婚。
And her father also thought that Rukmini would be a nice match for Lord Krishna.
咁而係Rukmini 嘅父親亦都覺得咧 Rukmini 同埋 Krishna 咧兩個係非常之匹配嘅。
Rukmini was the goddess of fortune.
Rukmini 咧其實係幸運女神。
She had all wonderful qualities.
佢咧擁有所有一切美好嘅品質。
And her father thought she deserves the best possible husband.
佢父親覺得咧佢係值得有一個最好嘅丈夫。
So he thought, Shishupal, well, he's all right, you know, but he's not Krishna, he's not equal to Krishna.
咁爸爸就諗啦Shishupal 都 OK 嘅，不過咧佢比起 Krishna 咧都仲係爭啲。
But the father could not do anything. He was under the control of his elder son.
咁但係咧，佢爸爸並唔可以做任何嘢，因為當時咧佢係被佢嘅長子啦 Rukmini 咧所控制住。
Just like Dhritarashtra was controlled by Duryodhana.
就好似Dhritarashtra 咧係被 Duryodhana 所控制一樣。
Duryodhana would always come and influence Dhritarashtra.
Duryodhana 咧成日咧都會去影響佢嘅父親 Dhritarashtra。
Vidura would talk to Dhritarashtra and say, you know, don't listen to this son of yours.
咁咧Vidura 咧就成日去同 Dhritarashtra 講，你唔好聽你呢個Duryodhana 呢個兒子講嘅嘢啊。
Vidura was the brother to Dhritarashtra.
Vidura 咧係Dhritarashtra 嘅細路。
But Vidura was born in the womb of the Sudra woman.
咁但係咧 Vidura 咧係出生於一個 Sudra 嘅母親。
So Vidura would try to influence Dhritarashtra to control his sons.
咁咧，所以 Vidura 咧成日都勸告佢嘅哥哥啦 Dhritarashtra 咧要控制佢嘅兒子。
But Duryodhana would come and he'd shout at his father and tell him, "Don't listen to this Vidura."
咁但係咧 Duryodhana 成日都會去到佢父親嘅面前咧，就呼叫，即係喝佢嘅爸爸咧，就你唔好聽 Vidura 講嘢啊。
And it ended up with Duryodhana throwing Vidura out of the palace.
咁結果咧就 Duryodhana 咧就趕咗 Vidura 咧離開呢個皇宮。
Which was okay for Vidura.
咁對 Vidura 嚟講呢個係冇問題嘅。
He could go and visit the holy place.
咁結果咧佢就去咗咧係去朝聖，去唔同嘅聖地嗰度朝聖。
But it showed how Dhritarashtra was controlled by his son.
咁呢度咧就睇到咧 Dhritarashtra 咧係點樣被佢嘅兒子所控制住。
So in the same way, Rukmini's father, he was controlled by his son.
咁同樣地咧 Rukmini 嘅父親咧亦都係被佢兒子所控制住。
He had several sons, but the oldest one was Rukmi.
咁佢有幾個兒子嘅，咁但係長子咧就係 Rukmi。
And he had also envious nature.
佢亦都係有呢個妒忌嘅呢個嘅品質。
So he wanted his sister to marry Shishupal.
咁所以咧佢咧就係要求咧就係佢嘅妹妹啦 Rukmini 咧係嫁俾咧係 Shishupal。
So Shishupal, the marriage was arranged, a big marriage.
咁所以咧呢一個Shishupal 同埋 Rukmini 嘅婚禮咧就係已經係一個盛大婚禮咧已經安排咗啦。
And all the kings came, and Jarasandha came, and so many other kings.
咁啊，所有啲偉大嘅國王啦 Jarasandha 啦都嚟到參加呢個婚禮。
It's going to be the big wedding.
呢個咧係將會係一場非常之盛大嘅婚禮。
And then Rukmini gets worried. What's she going to do? She didn't want to marry Shishupal. She wanted to marry Krishna.
跟住 Rukmini 就好擔心啦，究竟我應該點樣做咧？因為佢唔想嫁俾 Shishupal， 佢想嫁俾 Krishna。
And she's just a young woman.
佢係只係一個年輕嘅女子。
And she cannot voice her opinion. She's just a young girl. She has to do what she's told. 因為佢一個好年輕嘅女仔啦，佢就冇可能咧係提出佢自己嘅意見去反對呢樣嘢。 So she wrote a letter to Krishna.
於是咧，佢就向 Krishna 咧寫咗封信。
And she had a brahmana deliver the mail.
佢咧就揾咗一個婆羅門咧幫佢送信。
And the Brahmana went to Dwarka and brought the mail to Lord Krishna.
於是咧呢個婆羅門就去到 Dwarka 啦，就將呢封信咧交俾主 Krishna。
And the Brahmana met Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna first of all questioned the Brahmana.
咁咧，當呢個婆羅門見到 Krishna 嘅時候咧 ，Krishna 首先咧就係質問呢一個婆羅門。
He asked the Brahmana, "Are you doing your religious duties?"
咁咧，佢就問呢個婆羅門啦：你係咪做緊你嘅宗教活動咧？
Are you satisfied?
你滿唔滿足咧？
Because sometimes people are not often satisfied. They want more. They want more.
因為有陣時咧，人係唔會滿足嘅，佢咧想得到更多更多。
I don't have enough. I want more.
我咧擁有嘅並唔足夠，我想得到更加多。
But the nature of the mode of goodness, the Brahmana is supposed to be a symbol of the mode of goodness, is to be satisfied in whatever condition we're placed in.
作為一個婆羅門啦，佢係處於呢個善良嘅屬性啦，佢應該咧係無論佢擁有幾多都好啦，佢應該咧都會覺得滿足嘅。
We're meant to accept whatever conditions we're put in as the arrangement of the Lord.
咁我哋咧要接受我哋嘅一切嘅處境啦。咁咧視呢個咧係 Krishna 嘅安排。
Somebody's very rich, somebody's poor.
咁有啲人咧係好富有啦，有啲人咧就好貧困。
Somebody's sick, somebody's healthy.
有啲人會病啦，有啲人咧就好健康。
Somebody's educated, somebody's not educated.
咁有啲人咧係擁有好高嘅學識啦，有啲人咧就係冇咁多學識。
Someone's blessed with good looks and somebody's not so good looking.
咁有啲人咧擁有非常之漂亮嘅外表啦，有啲人咧就冇啦。
We have to accept all of these different conditions as an arrangement of the Lord due to our past activity.
咁我哋咧都要接受呢一切嘅，就作為咧係主對我哋以前所做嘅一切嘅活動而俾我哋嘅安排。
So Lord Krishna was concerned that this Brahmana should be properly following his duties.
咁所以咧 Krishna 咧就喺度關心緊呢個婆羅門咧，應該咧係好忠誠咁樣咧係去追隨佢要做嘅呢個宗教嘅職責。
And then Lord Krishna read the letter, and Rukmini had written how she was ready to perform austerities for many lifetimes to get Krishna as her husband.
跟住咧 Krishna 就讀咗 Rukmini 寫俾佢嘅呢封信啦，入邊咧 Rukmini 就寫啦，佢願意咧係做好多世嘅苦行咧，嚟到咧係得到咧 Krishna 成為佢嘅丈夫。
Rukmini is an example of someone who performs devotional service in the level of Atmanivedanam.
咁咧就係Rukmini 咧就係一個好嘅例子咧，就係喺處於一個 Nivedanam， 即係完全臣服嘅呢個心緒下邊咧所做嘅奉愛服務。
Atmanivedanam means to surrender everything.
Atmanivedanam 嘅意思就即係話咧係完全咧係臣服。
Right? There are 9 kinds of devotional service.
咁我哋知道咧有9種嘅奉愛服務。
Beginning with hearing and chanting and remembering.
咁開始咧就係聆聽啦、念誦啦，同埋咧憶記。
And the very difficult of the 9 kinds of devotional service, the topmost, the most difficult, the most challenging form of bhakti is to surrender everything.
咁而最高階亦都係最困難嘅呢一個嘅奉愛咧，就係呢一個Atmanivedanam， 即係完全嘅臣服，奉獻一切俾 Krishna。
It's also difficult to become Krishna's friend.
咁要成為 Krishna 嘅朋友咧，亦都係好困難嘅。
You have to be on a very high level of devotion to engage in those 2 kinds of.
咁咧，我哋要身處喺一個Krishna 之個好高嘅高階嘅階段咧，先可以咧去從事呢一種嘅奉愛服務。
But Rukmini, she was ready to give up everything.
咁但係咧 Rukmini 咧已經係準備好咧放棄一切。
To just surrender to Krishna.
佢淨係咧係想咧係臣服於 Krishna。
So Lord Krishna got her letter and he thought, yes, I should go there and I should go and I should get her.
咁咧，於是 Krishna 睇完 Rukmini 寫俾佢呢封信之後咧，就話好啦，我而家就去揾佢，就得到佢，娶佢做太太。
And it happened that she had also told Lord Krishna how he could take her.
咁而 Rukmini 咧亦都係教咗 Krishna 咧點樣可以咧係得到佢。
So she was Rukmini at one point before the marriage. She had to go to the temple of Ambika.
咁咧喺Rukmini 結婚之前咧，佢咧就要去呢個 Ambika 廟嗰度。
Ambika is a form of Durga.
咁 Ambika 咧其實係 Durga 女神嘅一個形象。
And she had to go there to worship and get blessings from Ambika, and then come out, and then she was going to be married.
咁咧佢咧就喺結婚之前咧就要去 Ambika 廟嗰度啦，係祈求得到 Ambika 女神嘅祝福啦，然之後咧跟住就去結婚。
So Rukmini went to the temple of Ambika, and she had not seen Krishna. She thought, "What's happening? Krishna has not come."
Rukmini 咧就去到 Ambika 廟啦，但係去到嗰度嘅時候見唔到 Krishna， 佢就喺度諗啦，唔通 Krishna 唔嚟揾我？
And getting very close to her marriage to Shishupala.
咁咧
The time is coming very near.
咁當時咧已經非常之接近咧，就係佢同 Shishupala 要舉行婚禮嘅時間。
And soon, when she comes out of the temple from Ambika, the next thing was to go to be married to Shishupala.
咁咧，就因為當Rukmini 係走出呢個 Ambika 廟嘅時候咧，佢就要去就係同 Shishupala 咧結婚。
But just at that moment, Lord Krishna came.
咁咧就喺嗰一刻咧 ，Krishna 咧就出現啦。
And Lord Krishna just came and he picked her up, put her on his chariot.
咁佢 Krishna 出現咧，就係將Rukmini 抱起咧，就等咗喺佢嘅戰車上邊。
And drove off.
跟住就走咗啦。
And all the other kings were watching, and they were, what?
跟住咧，其他所有國王咧喺度望睇住，跟住好驚訝，哇！發生咩事啊？
They were all shocked, and they were so surprised that he could do everything without even any thinking, without any hesitation. He took her away, and they were just standing there, and they were just stunned. And then after he drove away, then they chased after him.
咁咧，當時 Krishna 出現，將 Rukmini 等咗喺戰車上面、馬車上面啦。咁咧係非常之快嘅，咁亦都所有國王咧都好震驚，佢哋完全唔知點樣反應。咁當 Krishna 嘅馬車開走嘅時候咧，佢哋就終於咧就係知道咧，佢哋就追住 Krishna。
And the Jarasandha, all the other kings, they had come there to protect this girl, to make sure she married Shishupala.
咁咧呢啲國王啦 ，Jarasandha 啦，佢哋全部嚟到咧，就要確保咧 Rukmini 咧係會嫁得俾 Shishupala。
But Lord Krishna defied all of these kings and took Rukmini away.
咁咧，但係 Krishna 咧完全唔理啲國王啊，就將Rukmini 帶走咗。
And the kings came after Krishna, but Krishna chased them off.
咁咧，佢哋呢啲國王全部追住 Krishna 啦，就係 Krishna 咧全部都打即係擊退咗佢哋。
And Balaram also came there with an army.
咁咧，當時 Balaram 就嚟到啦，帶住一隊軍隊嚟到。
And Balaram protected Lord Krishna.
咁而 Balaram 亦都保護啦，係主 Krishna。
But Rukmini's brother, Rukmi, he was so angry that I had arranged this marriage and Shishupala, and she's gone against my will. He vowed that I'm going to go there, I'm going to get Krishna, I'll kill him and bring back Rukmini.
咁咧，當時 Rukmini 咧就非常之憤怒，因為佢就喺度諗啦，我特登安排咗一場 Rukmini 同埋 Shishupala 嘅婚禮 ，Krishna 嚟到就即係搶到Rukmini 走啦，我咧必須要去到揾翻佢哋，跟住殺死 Krishna。
And so he went after Krishna.
於是佢咧就 Rukmini 就追出去就追住 Krishna。
And Krishna saw him coming and he stopped to fight him.
於是Krishna 見到 Rukmini 嚟到追佢哋嘅時候咧，佢就停低咗，就同Rukmini 打。
And Krishna got him and tied him up.
咁咧結果咧就係 Krishna 就係將 Rukmini 咧係綁起咗。
And he could have killed him.
佢咧其實可以殺死佢嘅。
But Rukmini was there, and Rukmini pleaded for the life of her brother.
咁咧，但係當時 Rukmini 喺度啦 ，Rukmini 咧就係祈求咧，就係 Krishna 咧係唔好殺佢哥哥。
Rukmini prayed, "Oh, he's my brother. Oh, please don't kill him."
咁 Rukmini 就話啦，呢個係我哥哥啊，請你唔好殺死佢。
So Krishna just took his sword and cut off hair from his head.
咁咧，於是咧 Krishna 就攞起把劍啦，就剃咗 Rukmini 啲頭髮。
and in this way he disgraced Rukmini.
咁咧就通過呢個方法咧係羞辱咧 Rukmini。
And Shishupal, poor Shishupal, he was completely defeated.
咁咧當然啦 ，Shishupal 咧就係被完全咧係被 Krishna 打敗。
Because now the girl has been touched by Krishna, so she becomes his property.
因為咧 Rukmini 咧已經被 Krishna 觸碰過，所以咧就成為 Krishna 嘅財產。
So Shishupala was upset that Krishna had defeated him, taken his wife away.
咁 Shishupal 咧就係非常之唔開心啦，因為 Krishna 打敗咗佢啦，同埋咧連佢太太都搶走埋。
So then after some time it happened, Maharaj Yudhishthira is going to perform a big yagya.
咁跟住之後咧，過咗一段時間啦，Yudhishthira王咧就要舉行一場非常盛大嘅祭祀。
And part of the yagya, they have to select the person who is the most honorable, the most worshipable.
咁咧就係呢個祭祀嘅一部分咧，就係就要選出一個咧係最可以咧係值得所有人去崇拜嘅人。
So then, different members of the assembly, some of the Pandavas, they stood up and they spoke, Lord Krishna, that he's the most worshipable person.
咁咧跟住咧 Pandava 兄弟咧就喺呢一個嘅會議入邊咧就企身啦，跟住佢就話啦：哦 Krishna 就係最值得我哋去崇拜嘅人。
But Shishupala was there at the time, and he did not agree, of course.
咁但係當時咧 Shishupal 就喺度啦，佢咧就反對。
And he stood up and he began to shout and scream that Krishna, this boy Krishna, just a cowherd boy, he's from the village.
跟住咧 Shishupal 就企身啦，大聲咁喺度呼叫啦，就話 Krishna 呢一個咁嘅男仔，佢只係一個咧係喺鄉村入邊咧養牛嘅牧牛童。
He's not a Kshatriya.
佢咧並唔係一個剎帝嚟。
We don't even know his origin.
我哋甚至唔知嘅，因為佢嘅出生喺邊一度。
You want to put him as a worshipable person? No way, you cannot.
你咧唔可以咧將佢咧係視為最值得我哋去崇拜人，冇可能。
So he went on insulting Krishna.
咁佢咧就繼續咧不斷喺度咧係侮辱 Krishna。
So many people, they left the assembly. They did not want to hear all the insults of Shishupal.
咁咧跟住當時咧喺呢個會議當中，好多人咧就離開咗，佢哋唔想咧聆聽咧 Shishupal 嘅呢啲對 Krishna 嘅羞辱。
So at that time, Lord Krishna took his Sudarshan chakra
跟住咧喺呢一刻咧Krishna 咧就拎出佢嘅神碟，
and he cut off the head of Shishupal.
跟住咧就將Shishupal 嘅頭咧斬咗落嚟。
And then the soul from Shishupal's body entered into the effulgence of Lord Krishna.
咁而 Shishupal 嘅靈魂咧就進入咗咧 Krishna 嘅光燦當中。
It entered into his effulgence and stayed there for some time. Later on, it would go to the spiritual world to become one of the doorkeepers.
咁咧Shishupal 嘅靈魂就進入咗 Krishna 嘅光燦入邊啦，佢就喺嗰度逗留一段時間啦，跟住就翻去靈性世界，成為做翻咧係呢個靈性世界嘅呢個守門人。
Because Shishupal was one of the he was one of the gatekeepers in Vaikuntha, and he had been cursed to take birth 3 times as a demon.
咁咧其實 Shishupal 咧就係Vaikuntha星球嘅其中一個守門人啦。咁佢咧就係被詛咒咧係要係嚟到啲物質世界咧做3世嘅惡魔。
So first of all, they had to take birth as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha.
咁首先咧佢就係投生咧成為 Hiranyakashipu 同埋 Hiranyasha。
And then the second birth they took was as Ravan and Kumbhakarna.
咁第二世咧就係成為 Kumbhabala 同埋Ravana。
And then the third birth, they took birth as Shishupala and Dantavakra.
咁咧第三世定係Dandaraka 同埋 Shishupal 就係第三世。
And they were becoming more and more opulent every time
佢哋咧變得越嚟越富裕，
because they were being killed by Lord Vishnu each time.
因為咧佢之前咧都係俾主 Vishnu 咧係殺死嘅。
So when he became Shishupal, he was a very opulent king.
咁所以當佢成為第三世成為 Shishupal 嘅時候咧，佢就係一個非常富裕嘅國王。
But the problem was he was very envious.
咁但係個問題咧就係非常之妒忌。
So material nature is like that. Doesn't matter how much money you have, you
咁咧-
always want more.
呢個咧就係物質世界嘅定律就係咁啦。無論你擁有幾多錢都好，幾多財富都好，你永遠都係想得到更加多。
It doesn't matter how much fame you have, you want more.
就算你擁有幾高嘅名望都好啦，你總係咧係想有更加多。
We always try to get more and more.
我哋咧永遠都係咧希望得到更加多、更加多。
You want to be more and more powerful.
我哋咧想變得更加有力量。
People and materialistic people always want more.
咁咧物質主義嘅人咧，永遠都係希望咧得到更加多嘅嘢。
So Shishupala had everything, but still he was envious of Krishna.
咁咧 Shishupala 其實擁有一切嘢啦，但係佢仍然咧係非常之妒忌 Krishna。
He wanted to be the supreme himself.
佢咧想自己咧成為呢個至尊。
So he was a demon, and it was his nature to be envious of Krishna.
咁咧呢個係佢係一個惡魔啦，而佢嘅本質咧就係咧係妒忌 Krishna。
But when he was killed by Krishna, then he had finished his birth as a demon, and he could go back to God.
咁當佢被 Krishna 殺死之後咧，佢已經完成咗咧，佢作為呢個惡魔嘅呢一個嘅責任啦，佢就咧翻返去靈性世界。
So Anasuya and her husband Atri Muni, they were devotees, but they were not pure devotees.
咁所以咧係Atri Muni 啦，同埋佢嘅太太 Anasuya 啦，佢哋係奉獻者咧，但佢哋唔係純粹嘅奉獻者。
They wanted to get a son like the Lord.
佢哋咧係想得到一個咧係好似至尊主嘅妻子。
They didn't want the Lord as their son,
佢哋咧並冇要求咧係至尊主成為佢嘅兒
but
子。
they wanted the son like the Lord.
佢哋咧係想得到一個好似至尊主嘅兒子。
So they got this Dattatreya.
咁於是咧，佢咧就得到咧 Dattatreya 咧成為佢哋嘅兒子。
Okay. Any questions? Yes.
In the middle, you said we are all meant to accept what the Lord has arranged for oneself.
Yes.
For example, some are poor, some are good looking,
Yes.
etc.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, people change it, like they have plastic surgery to look more beautiful, or they get educated if they're poor, or have luck and then they become rich. How does that happen in the context of that the Lord arranges?
咁個問題就係頭先 Maharaj 講到咧，就係我哋我哋因為係至尊主嘅安排啦，我哋有啲人會有錢啦，有啲人會靚啲，有啲人會醜樣啲，有啲人會有學識，有啲人冇學識。咁但係喺現今嘅年代，我哋可以通過啲方法去改變嘅，譬如我哋做整容啦，我哋變得靚啦，我哋賺好多錢啦。咁我哋點樣去睇呢樣嘢咧？
Well, they're using up their karma. Maybe everyone's got some good karma and some bad karma.
咁我哋就會睇翻業報啦。每一個人咧都有好嘅業報，亦都有唔好嘅業報。
And so somebody made, as you said, sometimes people do plastic surgery.
咁有啲人咧可能會整容。
So, yeah, they go through a lot of pain.
咁我哋咧要受好多痛苦。
Just to change something in the physical body.
咁咧只係去改變咧佢嘅呢個物質身體嘅少少嘢。
I know this one lady devotee. She had a big size body.
咁我咧識得有個媽德茲嘅奉獻者咧，佢好大隻嘅。
Her husband had a big size body too.
咁佢先生都好大隻嘅。
And the husband went first, and he got the fat cut off.
跟住佢首先就先生咧係做整容手術咧，就係減肥啊。
So she saw the husband, have the new body. She thought, yeah, I think I want to do that too.
咁跟住咧，佢當佢見到佢丈夫咧有個即係更加好嘅身體嘅時候咧，佢就話：好啦，不如我都去做啦。
And so she did.
咁佢就做咗呢樣嘢啦。
Spend a lot of money.
咁啊，使咗好多錢。
You have to go to hospital and have to tolerate all the things they do.
咁佢就要入醫院啦，亦都要忍受咗好多呢啲咁嘅即係治療啦。
Just to get the body to look better than what it was looking like before.
咁咧，淨係咧就係希望咧就係個身體咧會變靚啲、好樣啲。
So they're using up their karma by doing these things.
咁佢哋做呢啲嘢咧，其實佢哋咧係會消耗緊佢哋嘅業報。
They're using up their money, their pious activities to try to enjoy more the material world.
咁佢哋咧係消耗緊佢哋嘅錢啦，佢哋嘅好嘅業報啦，好嘅呢啲積埋嘅嘢啦，嚟到咧係可以咧係更加喺呢個物質世界可以享受更加多。
You become more attached.
佢哋咧變得更加依附。
We're supposed to become detached from it.
我哋其實係應該咧係唔依附棄絕。
But you spend a lot of time and make the body look beautiful. You become more attached to the body.
咁但係咧，如果我哋咧相反咧係花好多時間啦、好多金錢咧，係令到我哋嘅身體變得更加漂亮啦，我哋會更加依附我哋嘅身體。
And then you're going to have to give up that body.
咁但係最終咧，我哋都要放棄呢個身體。
So more painful.
更加痛苦。
Because you're so attached to the body.
因為我哋咧越係依附我哋嘅身體咧，我就會越痛苦。
So it's not a good idea to do these things.
咁咧做呢啲嘢咧並唔係一個好好嘅建議。
We hear from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Brahma says that we should tolerate all difficulties which come on.
咁喺聖摩加談入邊咧，就係主班文提到咧，我哋要容忍接受一切喺我哋身上發生嘅痛苦，
And go on with devotional
而
service.
去繼續咧係做呢個奉愛服務。
Of course, there were other ways he could have lost weight. You don't have to just go to the opera.
Yes， 咁當然啦，我哋要減肥好多方法，我哋唔一定要做呢啲咁嘅手術嘅。
Chandrasekhar Prabhu lost a lot of weight.
Yes, he's a very good example 。咁就我哋睇下 Chandrasekhar Prabhu 佢就係一個非常之好嘅例子，好健康咁樣咧係去減肥。
No, he understood that that his health was not good condition.
咁佢好明白佢自己嘅情況嘅。
So he did a lot of
exercise, exercise and change the diet, everything.
Change the diet, control
lifestyle, 咁所以佢係改變咗好多啦。佢改變咗佢食嘅嘢啦，去控制佢嘅舌頭啦，等等。
Other people just spend the money, go.
咁其他人咧，淨係識得使錢嚟做，即係咯，做啲咁嘅嘢。
Go to hospital, have them cut all the flesh off.
咁就係去醫院咧，就係將啲肥膏切咗出嚟。哎呀，媽媽，I have a question. Not directly related. Are the demons also actually created by Krishna? And why I'm just curious, why Krishna creates so many demons? Is it just to perform his leela? 我有個冇乜關係嘅問題就係惡魔係咪真係 Krishna 創造出嚟嘅咧？咁點解 Krishna 要創造一啲惡魔出嚟？係咪就係想影響消時光咧
Well, the demons have a role to play also in the universe, right?
咁咧惡魔咧喺宇宙咧都有個佢哋嘅職責嘅。
We have to. The Lord Krishna has to accommodate everyone.
咁咧Krishna 要接受所有唔同嘅人。
And so there's some people good and there's some people bad.
咁所以咧就有啲好人亦都有壞人。
So where are you going to put the bad people?
咁咧要去邊度安置啲壞人咧？
You can't expect everyone's just going to be the same.
咁我哋咧唔可以期望咧所有人都係一樣。
That would be impersonal.
呢個咧就係變得係非人格化。
And how boring it would be.
同埋咧就太過沉悶啦，如果係咁。
There is variety.
咁我哋要有啲唔同嘅嘢。
And people have to be given that freedom to cultivate their own, as they want to be.
咁咧，人亦都要有呢、個得到呢一個自由咧，係去自己想變成點，去有呢個自由。
So you get people. Some people want to be vegetarian, and some people are meat eaters.
咁就所以就有啲人係素食啦，有啲人係食肉啦。
We cannot force them.
我哋唔可以強迫佢哋。
But Prabhupada said also says that we should force them.
咁但係巴巴亦都有講，我哋應該強迫佢哋嘅。
At least we should make it a law that they don't kill the animals, but let them die. And once they're dead naturally, then they can eat them if they
咁
want.
最少我哋就唔應該殺死，即係主動殺死啲動物啦，就要等到佢哋咧自然咁死亡之後咧，先去食佢哋嘅肉。
But to kill the animals, that's very bad.
咁但係咧，去殺死動物咧，其實係一個好壞嘅事情。
We waste so much land just for have things like fish ponds, where they grow different things in the ponds and just for people to eat.
咁我哋有好多喺整好多魚塘出嚟啦，讓啲魚咧就係純粹就係俾人去食。
Seafood, different types of
唔
seafood.
同嘅海鮮。
And then the animals, they have ranches. In the USA, they have beef cattle. The cattle are just meant for
meat.
slaughtering.
咁喺美國咧就培養出一啲非常之好大隻嘅一啲牛出嚟嘅，咁呢啲牛咧純粹就係為咗咧俾人即係屠宰咧去食佢啲肉。
And then the goats also, so many thousands of goats, and chickens.
咁有其他嘅動物啦，羊啦、雞啦都係養嚟俾人食嘅。
People are eating all this.
咁咧人係食緊所有呢一切嘅嘢。
How to control them?
咁點樣去控制呢啲人呢？
So there has Lord Krishna arranges for variety. There are different types of people, and some people by nature they're just meat eaters.
咁咧，所以 Krishna 就安排各式各樣嘅人啦。咁有啲人咧，佢本質咧就係食肉嘅。
So if they're going to eat meat, let them eat meat.
咁
animals which die naturally.
咁咧就係如果呢啲人佢真係佢嘅本性係要食肉嘅，就由佢去食啦。但係咧啲動物咧係應該咧係自然咁樣死亡嘅。
We don't want slaughterhouses.
我哋咧唔想有屠房。Last one，最後一條啦，差唔多夠鐘啦，因為。
就係即係我哋都註冊一個 Krishna 嘅商標品牌啊。
註冊咗個商標品牌。
呢個 Krishna 嘅系列嗰啲，譬如係素食啦、堅果啊、花生啊咁推廣呢啲素食產品。咁我哋都會去祈求，即係呢個 Krishna 或者樹主安泰，即係賜福我哋，即係喺將啲銷售產品更加好啦。係嘛？或者唔好批判或者賺到錢，賺到錢更加好做服務啊嘛嚇。
全部都係 prasadam 嚟嘅。
好唔好或者係有冇更加好嘅渠道方法？
即係嗰啲食物都係 prasadam 嚟嘅。
係啊，我哋都會素食供奉啊咁樣。
OK。
咁同埋嚟講咧，就點樣將啲產品推到每家每戶啊
？OK. Proposed question is they are actually producing some vegetarian food and offered as a prasadam different types of food like nuts, cakes, biscuits, whatever, and they produce, offered, and then they distribute and sell to everyone. And they also pray to the Lord, Trishikoitai, that they can have some profit so that they can actually do more. So is it the right way to pray? And what can they? Do you have any suggestion that they can do even better? Prasadam distribution.
Well,
they actually register Krishna as a brand name. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know if you can make a lot of money.
馬拉松佢唔知道你係可唔可以賺好多錢。
There's so many other people selling nuts and things.
因為咧就好多其他人咧都係賣緊類似嘅嘢，譬如一啲乾果啊等等。
It's a very competitive market.
因為咧呢個市場係競爭力非常之大嘅。
But we do need to have some business.
咁但係我哋都要做啲生意嘅。
If you can make a success of it, very good.
咁如果你係成功嘅，咁咪非常之好。
It's not easy.
但係咧就唔容易嘅，
Especially in China, you've got a very big market there.
因為尤其是喺大陸啦，個市場係好大。
So many people are selling and
咁
buying.
咁亦都好多其他人咧都會做同樣嘅生意，即係會買呢啲產品。
So time will tell.
咁遲啲即係隨住時間，你就會知道你得唔得啦。
If you can make money for Krishna, very nice.
如果你能夠為 Krishna 賺啲錢咧，呢個非常之好嘅。
Prabhupada never worried so much about making money.
咁巴巴從來咧都唔係咁擔心咧會去賺錢啊！
He just preached
佢咧淨係去傳教，
and people came.
咁入去傳教啲人咧就會嚟。
Prabhupada just kept preaching
咁咧巴巴淨係咧不斷咁樣咧係去傳教，
and he had his books. Of
佢
course.
亦都會出好多書啦。
And people would come and help.
咁咧跟住人咧自然就會嚟到係幫忙。
We can get diverted from our Krishna consciousness with the more we become thinking about business.
如果我哋咧越係即係諗住係要做生意啦，係專注喺做生意嗰度咧，我哋就會偏離咗 Krishna 呢個收集嗰度。
Anyway.
Perfect answer.
Huh?
Perfect answer.
It's very difficult to remember Krishna,
咁咧，我哋要去記憶住 Krishna 咧係好困難嘅。
and you make it more difficult
咁你咁樣做咧就會更加困難。
when you start to do business.
當你去做生意咧就更加困難，更加努力需要。
But you're doing good preaching, putting on these nice programs, big programs.
咁但係 Maharaj 你做緊啲好好嘅奉愛服務啦，你舉辦好多一啲非常之好嘅活動啦。
Yeah. So, giving the holy name to people.
傳播將聖名俾好多人啦。
I don't know anybody's going to chant the holy name just from your peanut packet.
我唔知道咧有幾多人會係因為通過得到你一啲花生，即係食啲花生咧就去念誦聖名。Anyway, it's good.
I want to see anybody who becomes a devotee from eating your peanut.
咁咧 Maharaj 佢期望咧係睇到咧係有人係通過食你嗰啲花生咧係成為奉獻者。一啲噃。
They have to eat a lot of peanuts.
我哋要買好多花生先得，可能。
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.